Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really hope you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. This is a timeless collective reading for the sign of Aquarius. Wow. 6 of Cups with solitude here and wisdom, followed by sacral chakra. So I feel like there's a lot of healing. Yeah, sacral chakra with passion ignited, and then the waiting game here, base chakra, recognition and reward, material harvest. I am picking up love from this already. And I feel like there could be some people right now who are experiencing some type of separation, or you are in a season of, let's say, well, I mean, separation or preparation, take it how it resonates for you, but it looks like some people are sort of reflecting over things that have happened in the past. Now, we are in Mercury retrograde. I believe Mercury retrograde should be ending fairly soon. Yeah, I think it ends actually this week. But keep in mind, there's always like the post shadow phase. But some of you right now could really be thinking a lot about the past here with memories of love, okay? You could be reflecting over past relationships. It doesn't even have to just be romantic. This could be just partnerships, relationships, friendships, or even your relationship with family members in general. Some of you could actually be grieving. I feel like a lot of people collectively right now, as we are growing and ascending, a lot of people are actually grieving and mourning, coming to terms with the fact that perhaps there is a particular person, a job, a situation, a relationship that you're not going to have. Something in your life right now is not going to be the way that you saw it in your mind, okay? With solitude being here, memories of love, 6 of Cups, and the Hermit energy with wisdom, this is definitely you going within for a lot of introspection. And I feel with the sacral chakra and the passion ignited, you're going to come out with some type of clarity, all right? With this Hermit energy, this doesn't mean that you're hiding away from anyone. It's just you definitely, like I said, doing introspective work, like your own shadow work. That doesn't mean that you're in isolation, you're not going out, you're not enjoying yourself, you're not creating community, but you need to look within to actually figure out what exactly you truly want. Some of you may be reflecting over past situations. What were some of the red flags that you missed or you didn't pick up on, or whatever it is, because you need to gain wisdom from those situations to bring about more clarity before you go into this passion in the beginning. Because with the sacral chakra energy here, that's like that womb fertility like energy. So this is saying that at this time, like, you definitely want to move forward and create something new, but there's like this cleanup work that you're doing right now and trying to eliminate any old past energies. Yeah, the universe card is here. So something here is wrapping up before a new cycle starts. Now, this could be a new cycle for you with a person that's currently in your life, or you are manifesting someone new, all right? But there is a lot of love energy. This could be a lot of self-love as well, with the Ace of Cups being here and the 9 of Cups, all right? Coming here with the solitude card. So for some of you, as you are wrapping up a cycle, you're going into this radical self-love and acceptance. You are accepting whatever has ended. You are preparing yourself for whatever is to come, okay? Yeah, because there's been some kind of mental conflict here. You could have been dealing with a person for a while who was confused as to whether or not they wanted to move forward with a connection with you or not. You have partnerships and alliance. So yeah, you may be right now choosing to release a situation that just has not managed to come together, but there's a need for you to go within and appreciate the situation with wisdom here, because it taught you a lot, okay? Whatever type of failed connection or relationship this may be, it taught you a lot, of course, about yourself or just about people or life in general. There's 2 3s out here, so this could be you overcoming a situation where there was some kind of interference. Here's another 3 as well. So we have 3 3 3 out here. And this is solar plexus chakra. So it has taken you a lot of willpower and determination to walk away from a situation. You have passion ignited with solar plexus, and I always say, you know, turn your pain into purpose. Yeah, harmony here, positive movement forward, and patient. That's the temperance energy with your sacral chakra. So be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace and mercy. You are about to build a very solid, firm foundation, okay? But you're needing to truly forgive anything that has crumbled in the past. in order for you to move on from it. And some of you are like, oh, I've already moved on. Yeah, but either you are still holding on to the memories of a situation, or someone is still in your energy holding on to the memories of what was. But, you know, it's not something that you have to feel bad about. We all have to mourn the fact that something did not turn out the way that we wanted, even with friends and family. You know, sometimes we have this idea that family is going to be, you know, very happy and harmonious, and that's not everyone's case. Some people's story is chaotic, dysfunctional. You know, some people carry like what we call like the orphan spirit. You know, you don't really feel like you belong. Maybe your parents aren't around, or you're not close to your parents. As months like May and June come up, like here in the United States, obviously there's Mother's Day, Father's Day. So a lot of people right now, I feel, are understanding that you now have to build your own firm foundation, but it's going to look very different from what you thought it was going to look like, and it's very different from what the foundation that you are accustomed to. Okay, this could be people who are going through separations, breakups, or even divorce. Now starting over is triggering. You know, it can be difficult at times, but if you really try to have this positive outlook on the situation and you take the lessons, it's like you're going right into this beautiful new beginning where there's a lot of positive movement forward. For some of you, this is you overcoming some type of differences in your current relationship, and it's going to be like a fresh start with that person, or this is you going into a brand new connection. And for some of you, again, it's you just focusing a lot on self-love, but there's a need for you to take some time out for rest and rejuvenation, because again, you've been trying to build a firm foundation, or you built a firm foundation. Maybe it has crumbled, and now before you go into something new, you need to take time out for self, some time out for rest, to reflect and to truly heal. That card still came out. Yeah, the Four of Swords. So you're wrapping up a cycle here, I feel, that has been quite difficult. Some of you may feel like right now, like you need to reset your nervous system. Like, it's like you're coming out of this survival mode, like energy. Yeah, destiny. And it is your destiny for you to be very fruitful and abundant and to have this firm foundation. That is for sure part of your destiny. Like, there's a lot of love coming in, but this love, it comes from you loving yourself. Intuition here, learning how to trust yourself, how to celebrate. Some of you feel a little discontent and bored when it comes like the idea of celebrating with other people right now, because you may really have a lot of trust issues. The way that you learn to trust other people is by becoming confident and trusting yourself. So for some of you, you trusted yourself in the past, obviously using your own intuition. The situation did not go according to your plans, and now you may be very doubtful about, you know, should you trust people, whether it's your friends, family, potential lovers, or whatever the case may be. But Spirit is saying it is safe for you to trust yourself. You need to go out and rejoice and celebrate, have a good time, so that you can come out of this heartache, this pain, this loss, or being in two minds about a situation here. Yeah, some of you are, you're kind of feeling the burn because there's not you didn't receive the reciprocal relationship that you were hoping for. The waiting game is here, and then the Two of Wands. So right now you're waiting to make a decision, or someone was waiting to make a decision about you, or you could be dealing with someone right now that still is not quite ready. You could be going through like a third eye chakra opening, where you're becoming more aware here about different things. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like for you to receive like this security and stability, you're being encouraged to make some type of sacrifice here. Someone has to make a sacrifice. You have your third eye chakra sacrifice, and then heart chakra and awareness, conflict and defeat. There's something that you have to give up. You know, it's sort of like if you read in the Bible when everyone came out of Egypt and they still had to cross the Jordan to get into Jericho, the promised land. I always talk about this. You're going to have to circumcise something, like the circumcision of your ears. What are you listening to? There's something here. There's some type of dead weight that has to go before you go into this new space, this new place, this new timeline. And oftentimes we ignore the fact that it's how we think about things. And you need to give yourself time to regain your own trust, allow yourself to forgive yourself, but also to see that something did not work out, and that's okay. But you need to mourn the end of a situation that is just not serving you. It's not meant to be for you at this time. But with third eye and heart chakra here, sacrifice and awareness, yeah, this is for sure having like a major awakening, okay? For some of you, it could be very difficult too, because you and another person could possibly be coming together, and the two of you at this time are feeling very defeated, okay? There could be power struggles here. Yeah, fertility. So that's the feminine and the masculine are coming out. There is like a very beautiful new beginning here, but someone here has to make the decision to move forward. And it's like, I feel some of you are wondering, well, what exactly is the plan? What is the plan of action as far as you moving into this spiritual union? And you're needing to just surrender at this time, okay? You need to just surrender. Yeah, because here's transformation, accelerated motion, foundation, and here's the sun. And the balance card, justice, spiritual strength. Everything is going to work out quite beautifully. Whether it's with yourself and you balancing things out with yourself, a soulmate, you know, a soulmate could be a friend, family member, lover, a pet. If it's, you know, for some of you, if you feel like you're on a twin flame journey, either this person is going to come in and you can reconcile. And I'm talking about healthy connections, not a karmic soulmate that has put you through a lot of drama. Or for some of you, you truly are about to manifest this person and they're going to show up in your physical reality. It can be difficult at times though when you are in a season where you and a person, you both could be going through a spiritual awakening or transformation. So we did see heart chakra and throat chakra. I'm sorry, heart chakra and third eye. So I feel like that third eye, it feels like it's being swapped because the feminine energy usually is the more intuitive. I feel like the masculine right now is going through an awakening where the masculines are becoming more spiritually aware of things, whereas now the feminines are stepping more into a masculine energy of opening up that throat chakra and really saying what you want, saying what you need, saying what you mean and meaning it. So it's sort of like the feminine and masculine role in the collective is not necessarily switching, but there's a balancing act that has to take place. I hope that makes sense. It's like the masculine right now is needing to heal their feminine side a bit more in order for them to really open up their heart chakra to connect them more to the spirit realm, more to source, more to their higher self, for them to actually recognize exactly what is happening with the divine feminine. For the there's a gap in the communication here. And so there's like an activation that's taking place, a spiritual transformation between both parties. Or like I said, if you feel like this just resonates with you being completely single, it's still, you're needing to become more spiritually awakened and aware. And that with the heart chakra, that's you choosing to love yourself, love other people, forgive yourself, forgive other people, so that you are in that energy of actually receiving. And this is someone coming into this awareness with the awareness and the sacrifice card here, which is the hangman. This is something that it's a gradual process. You don't just wake up and know these things. You know, that's the reason why now the rest and the rejuvenation is needed. This could have been, for some of you, a Mercury retrograde for sure, where you've had to do a lot of reflecting. Maybe you've had a lot of tests to come your way to sort of challenge you. It's the universe's way of testing you to see, are you really ready to level up? Are you ready for the next cycle? And some of you, you've passed this test and there is this positive movement forward. Yeah, patience. Everything is sort of going to just harmonize for you. But with that sacral energy, that's a lot of feminine, fertile energy. This is you sort of nesting. Like I said, like resting, nesting, preparing. And this deception, envy here around this spiritual union, prosperity begins. This is careful planning. You know, this is carefully planning what you're going to do next. So this is being very intentional now about what you want. And again, the truth card is here. So this is judgment. This is reflecting over the past and having forgiveness and compassion about whatever has happened, but stepping fully into your energy, whether you're male or female, stepping fully into this divine feminine energy. And with the divine feminine energy, your greatest power comes from you being able to receive, being able also to just surrender. There's some type of conflict that has left the person feeling defeated, especially the masculine right now, and they're needing to move on from this. Some of you have a masculine in your energy. They are very deep in regret. And you could be going on to a new connection now. But this person, they're still in your energy because of their deep sadness and regret for what they've done to you in the past. Yeah, because see, your life is transforming. Wow. Your life is transforming and you're going into this accelerated motion towards the Four of Wands, towards a new foundation. And this is absolutely, it's destined here with the Light card. It's destiny for you to have wish fulfillment, and it's coming in this divine union for some of you. It's something changing with your life, with your foundation. Everything balances out because now you have the spiritual strength. So whatever battle you've been fighting, this is about to sort of balance itself out. But this is all happening in the background, which is requiring a great deal of patience and faith, because this is the truth. This is the clarity that you've been looking for. But this mental clarity is coming with a brand new beginning. But I feel for a lot of you, this has been a very long time coming. There's been a lot of patience, a lot of planning for this moment. And some of you right now, you may be feeling like you're defeated. I'm also getting for some, you could be going into new connections, or you're in a fairly new connection, but you could be going into like a separation. You could have met someone and you know that you want to grow with that person, but maybe one of you or both of you is still healing. I don't know. It just feels like this most recent Mercury retrograde has made people really it feels like that final test. You know, we're always going through different tests, trials, and tribulations, but this feels like decision time about partnerships specifically. And there's a lot of major sacrifices that have had to be made or will have to be made in order for you to go into this next chapter. Look, at the bottom of this deck, between worlds. Yeah. See, this is you being in between worlds about a situation. You're torn between two paths. You know, do you want to be single, or do you want to be committed to someone? Do you want to deal with someone from the past, or do you want to embrace a new connection? It's you right there in the middle. Are you trying to so you're in the middle of a major transition right now. Some of you are trying to figure out, is now the time for you to pursue certain connections, because maybe you are working on your business, or just yourself, your health, your personal brand, because an online card is here. So for some of you, you could be getting into online dating, okay? Or maybe you're doing like an online business. You're trying to be more active on social media. You could have some type of online platform, and things are shifting and changing, but you have the magnetic card here. You are attracting good things in life. You're attracting people that are aligned with your purpose. Yeah, but see, you're coming out of a karmic cycle. You're being advised to ask your angels for help right now, because you may feel like you're just surviving, like you're barely hanging on. For some of you, if you are maybe like dating people online or something, especially if you just gotten back out, into dating or whatever, understand that with dating, that ghosting is something that is a part of it. So for some of you, it's this energy where you really don't want to have to go through another heartbreak. And if someone ghosts you or whatever, it's going to really, really trigger something that perhaps is still fresh for you. Some of you need to just admit that maybe right now you're not quite ready to go and pursue like a relationship. And therefore it will be very beneficial for you to focus on your relationship with yourself and with God. Because if you are in between worlds in a transition and you're coming out of some type of karmic situation, the moment, if you're barely hanging on, if you go out and you're ghosted or betrayed or hurt by somebody, it's going to make it feel like all of the work that you've been putting into healing, you're going to feel almost like it was a waste of time. And you don't want to do that. I just feel that for some of you, you're still really dealing with some type of like a lack of closure. There's a situation here that it's over, but again, grieving the possibility of it. I'm hearing the song by the artist Tamia, Almost. Is that what it's called? Almost. Hold on, let me see. I've been getting a lot of song downloads, so let me see what the lyrics say. I know she says, tell me, how can you miss someone you've never had? Okay, it says, can you tell me, how can one miss what she's never had? How could I reminisce when there is no past? How could I have memories of being happy with you? Can someone tell me, how can this be? See, memories of love here, but something here has ended. there's been a forced ending, and you now are forced to heal. But it says, how could my mind pull up incidents, recall dates and times that never happened? How could we celebrate love that's too late? And how could I really mean the words I'm about to say? I miss the times that we almost shared. I miss the love that was almost there. I miss the times that we used to kiss. At least in my dreams, just let me take my time and reminisce. So it's like missing the times that you never had. And keep in mind, this does not have to be in a romantic relationship. Some people are actually grieving. You know, I'm really picking up grief in this reading. Memories of love was the very first card that came out. So this is you looking over situations. You know, maybe someone has transitioned and you're like, wow, you know, that person was young, or I wish we would have had more time together, or, you know, feeling that regret of, I wish we would have had more memories. I wish we would have explored the world together, whatever the case may be, whether it was a friend, family member, a pet, you know, a lover. For a lot of you, it is for sure like a lover though, where it's difficult, because for many, like I said, this is the final test where something, it really is over. You know, it's God is saying, I'm ready for you to go into your next beginning, and you have to make the painful sacrifice of working through the lack of closure in this situation. The closure that you were looking for, you may not ever get that. Yeah. See, you're wanting to escape this feeling because it was very chaotic. Chaos is here. And then here is bridge. Ooh, and the devil. So it has been difficult for you to get away from something. And for some of you, it has even become like an obsession. And you know, if you feel like this is not you, it could be someone in your energy. Someone could be in your energy and they are still obsessing over the fact that this connection did not work out, despite the fact that this person could have put you through a lot of really painful, difficult experiences. For some of you, you could definitely be feeling the energy and the projection of this person that you've chosen to let go of. You could have cut cords. You know, some people don't mention it, but when you do things like cutting cords, energetically, you know, that other person, they're going to feel it. And you will still pick up those after thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But you're going into a new phase of life. You're coming out of this chaos of dealing with a shadow aspect of yourself or even another person, that now you are ascending beyond and into new heights. I think like the last word I did, like you're an ascended master. So if a person is not willing to go through the spiritual warfare and to earn their stripes the same way that you are, they cannot go with you. And that's friends, family, or lovers. The people now who are not willing to make the sacrifices that you've been willing to make to cross this bridge into the next phase of your life, they can't go with you because it's just a different level of consciousness. And it's not to say that you're mad, sad, or angry about a situation not working out. It's just that you and a lot of people are no longer equally yoked. And of course, when you choose to leave people behind because now you're, you know, vibrating at a higher level of frequency, that brings about chaos. People then will assume the worst about you. Nobody likes for you to put up boundaries. But this is something that you have to do at this point for yourself. Some of you may be feeling like you need to just ghost everyone and travel. You need to just ghost everyone and relocate. When you make these drastic moves in your life, a lot of people who are used to you being available, who are used to controlling you, who are used to you having a toxic or a codependent relationship with them, they're going to be very upset about it. But you still are being encouraged to move forward. Some of you, whatever you've gone through, your environment at this point, it has become toxic because there are so many memories of chaos and conflict. And it keeps you in this cycle of obsessing over what could have been. This could be someone that has gone through a divorce and you may be deciding now like you really do need to just move out of your family home with your partner. It's too many memories there, you know. Or even if, you know, you've lost a loved one that you shared a space with, this may just be the time where you have to decide, you know, I really need to get in a different space, a different environment. If you're in a job or a community, you may really need to change your surroundings, your environment, because whatever you are going through, you're barely surviving, or that's how you feel. Like you're constantly in survival mode, and it's causing burnout. So whoever said it's impossible to miss what you've never had. Stepping stone. So something in your life, is a stepping stone. And then you have your crystal ball and third party. So you can have a person right now, a third party that's interfering, that is constantly trying to look into your life, because right now you are receiving some type of karmic justice so that you can go through this period of renewal. But this is sad. This brings about sadness, because I just feel a lot of people, you have to say goodbye to people. And it's very difficult for you to, how can I say? It's very difficult to make peace with the situation when some of your worst memories are from your favorite person or people, It's difficult when you realize that a lot of your trauma, your triggers, your stress, it comes from people who were supposed to love you. What do people say? A betrayal never comes from an enemy. It always comes from a person that you love the most. That's difficult for anybody to really cope with, because you will never understand why somebody chose to deceive you, to betray you, to leave you, to abuse you, or whatever the case may be. You will begin to obsess over it. But it's like now, for whatever is coming in for you, you're being strongly, strongly encouraged to allow yourself to start something new. And it's gonna have to be slow and steady. And in your new cycle, you need to be more conscious and aware about who you share things with, because a lot of you, things in your life have been tainted because of the people around you. You have people that are looking into your future and they are interfering in your business. Some of you, again, you definitely dealt with some third party situations and you don't want to deal with that anymore. So right now you're needing to release a lot of this sadness. So even with the karmic justice, like a lot of people call on karmic justice, but with this karmic justice, you're going to also see that you had hidden enemies as well who have been masking themselves as friends. That hurts, because it's one thing when karmic justice happens and you're like, oh yeah, when your known enemies disappear. But when your friends and your family, the people that you never thought would betray you, when they start to disappear, that brings about a lot of sadness and disappointment and regret. And you have people in your life as well who probably thought that you would never leave, you would always be there. Things are shifting and changing. And this card even says unwelcome change. Somebody feels like this karmic justice brings about a lot of sadness because it's not something that they wanted to happen. It may not even be something that you want to happen, but this is your time to be vindicated, redeemed, restored, and to go through this renewal. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out, I'm not going to drag this out because it just seems very straightforward. I just feel that today just seems to be one of those days for people where you're like reflecting and coming to the realization that something is over, or like I said, someone could be in your energy and they may be realizing that something is over. See the 7 of Pentacles over here. So it's like, this is possibly you've been in like a 7 to 10 year karmic cycle of, being very patient and planning something only to get to the end and realize that like God has a totally different plan for you. Photograph, look. It says looking at your photos. So someone could be looking at your photos and really missing you, or you're missing someone. Coffee cup here. This could be an old friend. Somebody could be remembering the last time you guys met up for coffee or had a date. Wow, coffee. And karmic relationship. Yeah. There's a karmic relationship here that is over. And this person is thinking about you and you're probably thinking about this person. But still, this is over. Something had to end in order for you to embrace a new beginning. And again, a karmic relationship can bring about a lot of triggers. You will experience some bitterness, guilt, shame, regret, resentment, whatever. But this says self-indulgence and the butterfly. It's time now for you to really focus on your own self-worth, doing your shadow work, appreciating yourself, loving yourself, and allowing things in your life to finally evolve into the next phase. This is you working on your health, your fitness, your finances, creating a sense of community for yourself. But you're needing to create a brand new life outside of whatever this chaotic karmic situation or cycle was. You know, this is some people, I'm saying, like, if you've relocated and moving away from friends and family, you're going to have to go out and meet new friends, and new, you know, your friends can become your family. You may have to just accept that your family that's not where you're going to receive the love that you're looking for or in a relationship. And it's interesting because I know, like, school is about to be out, so this could even be people right now who are experiencing already, like, that grief, because of course this is a time of year where people start to graduate. Some kids are going to be going off to college, and it's a time where a lot of people now are reflecting and realizing that life is just going to be very different in this next phase. It's just a period of a lot of shifts happening. A lot of endings are bringing about new beginnings. But to be honest, a lot of people, you've prayed for these endings, you know, but people don't realize that even when something ends with a bad person, you don't forget the good times. You don't forget with that wisdom that you've gained, lifelong, like, lessons, and that there are experiences that you will forever have with that person. It doesn't just go away. Unrequited love, but there wasn't enough chemistry or attraction to keep a relationship going here. Yeah, and here is separation. Some people are upset, like I said, too, because they're being separated from their children, or there could have been, for some of you, if it was a karmic relationship especially, you may have had high hopes that you would be in a relationship with someone at some point. Maybe you or another person have taken different paths in life. They could have children with someone else now, or whatever the case may be. There's chemistry and passion there, but it's not enough chemistry and attraction and passion to keep this relationship going, because someone here is either very childish, they're not quite where you are spiritually, or someone just may have children elsewhere and they're not leaving that situation. Okay, someone could be in a karmic relationship, but the way I feel about a karmic relationship, if someone is elsewhere, that means that you and that person are karmic to one another as well. It's not meant to be, not in this season anyway, if they're elsewhere. So, you know, that can be very difficult for some. I know some people have their own idea about, like, the twin flame journey, and some people, they do separate and they go on to live their life, but you're going to have to accept that maybe that person will only be in your life at this point as a friend, or it just won't happen this lifetime. But there's no point in you allowing yourself to be stuck in sadness, grief, and regret because this person and you have separated, especially if they are with someone else or there's children involved or whatever the case may be. Your life cannot revolve around that situation. You're needing to do shadow work and focus on yourself. You know, someone could have really taken time out to think, you know, do they want to pursue you? But if they have family or financial obligations elsewhere, they may just not feel that they are in a space, place, or position to pursue you in that way. That doesn't mean that there's not any love there. But if you know that you are wanting a commitment, a marriage, or whatever the case may be, this is something that's just going to be a memory. I feel like right now, a lot of these karmic relationships, especially with the recent eclipse energy, this is being eclipsed out because a lot of people now are being encouraged to get in alignment with their purpose. And if any part of you has been waiting on a person to return to you, or you've been waiting for the right time to go to someone to pursue them, it's like it's now or never. It's do or die. But everyone has to go to their rightful person, onto their rightful path right now. There's no more time left. Like, the time has run out. Where something now, it really is just a memory, and you're going to be forced to just heal and accept the situation for whatever it is at this current moment. Make the effort this year. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And you have to love yourself first. In true love, attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. See, that's what I'm saying. Being very mindful and allowing yourself to just enjoy the now. Worth waiting for. Whoever comes into your life, they're worth waiting for. For some of you, it's a difference. Your love life right now is being influenced by your spiritual paths, okay? For some of you, you're ready for a serious life partner, and you're dealing with a person, they're not looking for the same thing, or they are unable to give you that. So this level of acceptance is difficult, but it's necessary. Past life love is here. Ooh, and twin flame. Your soul remembers this intense connection. This is a divine counterpart connection. It is safe to trust in this situation and put away the computer. It says working less and having more fun will help strengthen your relationship. Everything happens for a reason. So I mentioned this before. For some of you, you have met your twin flame. Okay. And I feel like these are fairly new contracts. I don't feel like these are people that you've been in these karmic cycles. This is you leaving like a past life karmic soulmate behind and finally going into a union with your twin flame. And it's a connection that you can trust, but you're needing to be present in the moment. You can't continuously focus on the past or your past relationships. Or for some of you, you may feel like you've already met your twin flame, but if it didn't work out with your twin flame, you're needing to embrace this past life soulmate. It doesn't matter what title you want to give to it. Like I said, I feel like everyone should be aiming for a life partner, like someone that you can have a real relationship with. It doesn't matter the term that you want to label it as, if you want to call it a soulmate or a twin flame. So some of you feel like you need to leave your twin flame behind because the two of you are just not on the same spiritual path, and you can embrace your soulmate. And for some of you, you need to leave a soulmate behind and embrace your actual twin flame. But everything happens for a reason. You just have to clear out your space for this new love though. And if you know that you are meant to be with a particular person, you're still going to have to forgive them of everything from the past. And it's okay if you know that you can forgive a person, but the memories of the past are just too much for you to bear. It's too triggering. You need to allow your throat chakra to open up for you to say that. You know, with the children card that came, if you and someone have been separated because of a child or children, you may not ever feel the same about that person or this situation. It doesn't change the history or the fond memories that you had with them. But if you know that you can never really trust that person, you're going to have to come into full acceptance that everything happens for a reason, but that's not something that you can revisit. You know, it's this energy right now where you're going to really have to stand on business and know you may like someone, you may love them, but if they are not aligned with your spiritual path and purpose and what you are manifesting, you're going to have to allow yourself to grieve this situation, accept it, and move on, as difficult as it may be. Yeah, you have here the Phoenix card. It's a new phase, it's growth, and you have the power to change your mind. Camera, reminiscing, and wedding rings is here. You're going into a new phase of your life where you're learning from the past. Your perception about things has changed. Your perception about soul connections and union and weddings, all of that has changed because of this new phase. You're growing. You know, like I said before, for some of you, maybe what you once thought was a twin flame, as you continuously grow, you're like, I don't think that was my twin flame. Maybe there really was just a karmic soulmate. And that's okay. You have to grow talk. It says here, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Yeah, have fun. Live in the moment. You don't have to keep allowing yourself to be sad, mad, or angry. You're ascending. And as you ascend, some of these connections, they're just going to fall at the wayside. They can't go with you into things that are fated for you and are destined to happen. And this is the painful sacrifice that you have to make. Everything has started to balance out. There are people that sacrificed you and they went on to live their life. Now you're going to have to sacrifice that heartache and that pain so that you can go and live your life. The tables, they always turn. The scales have to balance. So yeah, the wheel card. This is something that was clearly quite difficult. But I looking at the cards, I'm seeing a very clear situation, and I feel like it's a situation that so many people deal with in the collective, where you felt like someone was your life partner, you had high hopes of that, and you've probably spent a very long time even like secretly hoping, wishing, and praying and trying to manifest a connection with this person, but you have third party sadness and children out here. Someone has moved on and they have a life elsewhere. Now, for some of you, yes, this person, maybe they will come back into your life, but I don't think that you should bet on it. I think that for some of you, the energy that I'm feeling right now, it's really, really heavy. This person ghosting you or leaving you for someone else or to have children with someone else or whatever, it's an unrequited love situation now, because now that you've grown and you've healed and evolved, there is no twin flame soulmate journey or explanation that's going to allow you to be convinced that what this person did to you was okay. And again, for some people, they can deal with it. But if you know that this is just too much for you to bear, you really need to allow yourself to accept this and move forward. This is definitely people who have been separated due to third party situations. And when you think about it, it's like for someone to choose a third party or get wrapped up in a situation, leave you behind to deal with this type of grief. For a lot of people, it's very difficult for you to want to make the effort to start over with that person, especially if they're not coming to you with a clean slate. So for some of you, there's a possibility of a reconciliation with a past person, but for the majority of you, you have something brand new here. And the only thing you have to do is clear your energetic field of this past situation. It's just the one that got away, or you are the one that got away, but you learned the lesson. And for those of you who are with someone now, and possibly going through like a separation, as you keep healing and they keep healing, like I said, working on your heart chakra, throat chakra, that person is going to be open to expressing their love very soon as well, if it's a fairly new person. I feel like this always happens around Mercury retrograde. People who are embracing new connections, you start to reflect on the past and you wonder if you're making the right decision to leave the past completely behind. And I would say go for it. Something that's meant to be is going to be anyway. So no matter who you move on from or what you choose to move on to, if it's ever meant for you to go back, you can always go back. But if you haven't seen anything changing with going backwards, then why not just move forward?